Hello everyone, it's SpursReady96 here, and welcome to the 5th episode of the FIFA 19 Valencia Career Mode. We begin today's episode with La Liga Santander action here at the Mestalla, and we'll be facing the Spanish champions of Barcelona, one of the toughest opponents in world football. If you haven't checked out the last episode, I suggest you do so, where we had pretty good episode. 3 wins in all competitions, with victory in the Champions League against Manchester United, and also wins against Real Sociedad and struggling Celta Vigo. Valencia are still the team with the best defence in the league, conceding just 3 goals, 3 more than the likes of Atletico and Real Madrid. So yeah, we're on a fantastic run at the moment. We, in terms of La Liga, we haven't lost a game since that 1-0 away defeat against Levante 6-10. We've gone from 4 points to now 14 points, so we've added 10 points, and we are in the top 4, which is what the board of which was one of the objectives that the board had set out for me. But this is going to be no easy match. Barcelona at the Mestalla, and of course some players have gone from Barcelona, the likes of Marquisio and Mascherano and Iniesta and Neymar, of course, but they've been replaced with good players as well. Valencia, no surprise who the lineup is for today's match, as they will be as the first team comes to play this big match. Valencia have not beaten Barcelona at home for quite a while, a number of years, so hopefully Valencia can beat Barcelona on their home turf. At Barcelona's lineup in the 4-3-3 formation for their manager Estado Valverde, Ter Stegen in goal, Alaba, Umtiti, Roberto in there as well, midfield of Rakitic, Busquets and Vidal, and of course the front three of Suarez, Messi and Coutinho. On to the 9th minute now. Rodrigo's got the ball and is on the attack for Valencia. Could he take the first chance of the game? Good save from Ter Stegen. On to the 15th minute. Barcelona have the ball and on the charge. Suarez. Balista's got the ball. But Nito's miskicked it. And Vidal has skimmed the side netting. Golden chance of Barcelona. A horrible mistake there from Nito. And Barcelona didn't take the chance. On to the 17th minute. Sergio Roberto's got the ball back. Messi! Nito saves. Lionel Messi, who's been in poor form in this season's La Liga Santander, has only scored 2 goals in La Liga. So yeah, very poor fall for him. But good save for Nito. On the 35th minute. Valencia on the attack. Alcacer! It's at the crossbar for Rodrigo! But it's gone in. The captain has scored. Dani Parejo has somehow put Valencia in front against the Spanish champions. And the fans go crazy. Valencia 1, Barcelona 0. Alcacer, brilliant cross. Chipping towards Rodrigo. Rodrigo hit the crossbar, which made Ter Stegen react. But as the ball came off nicely off the crossbar to the feet of Dani Parejo, who put it in an empty net. And Barcelona are behind somehow against the run of play. They've been dominating this game, but Valencia take the lead on the counter-attack, and their captain Dani Parejo scores his first goal of the season. Valencia 1, Barcelona 0. On to the 41st minute. Valencia getting more confident. Rodrigo, Alcacer's in the middle. Good save from Ter Stegen. And Barcelona survive. Valencia growing more confident since they've scored the first goal of this match. Good strike from Alcacer. Alcacer hasn't scored since the second game of the season, which was against Espanyol. And there goes a half-time whistle. Barcelona dominant in the first half. They've had most of the ball, created some really good chances, but somehow in a counter-attack situation, Valencia took advantage, and the captain Dani Parejo scores. And at the Mestalla, it could be a famous victory on the cards here. Half-time, it's Valencia 1, Barcelona 0. On to the second half highlights just starting. Here's Sergio Roberto, Vidal, Rakitic. And here he comes, Rakitic. Vidal, I think it is. And it was Rakitic! Oh, beautiful goal! What a strike from Ivan Rakitic. And Barcelona deservedly level. They've been dominating this whole game. And finally they've scored. And the away fans go crazy. It was hard to tell which player was which because their name was being covered up. Hard to see their name because of the sunlight, which is a bit annoying. But definitely even Rakitic got a touch. Maybe it was a good pass from Vidal or Coutinho, I'm not really sure. Maybe Vidal, but look at that. What a strike from Rakitic. Funded it into the net, which of course had the help of the underside of the crossbar. And Barcelona, the Spanish champions, are level in the Mestalla. Rakitic's first goal of the season. What a time to do it, and what a goal it was too. And it's now Valencia 1, Barcelona 1. Could Barcelona go on to score again? 59th minute, a few minutes later. Valencia on the attack and the defenders open up. Alcazar's got a chance here. And he scored. Valencia hit the lead. Valencia hit the front again. Valencia are back in front. Paulo Alcacer scores his first goal since the second game of the La Liga season. And the team and the fans and I, myself, go into raptures. Valencia hit the front against Barcelona. Fantastic. Alcacer. Valencia tear Barcelona's defence apart. Huge gap that Alcacer was allowed to run in there. And what a magnificent strike from Paulo Alcacer. I think that's his third La Liga goal of the season. His fourth in all competitions, of course, scoring our first Champions League goal quite a while ago, actually, which was against Juventus, I think. But now, look at this. Valencia 2, Barcelona 1. 64th minute. Barcelona going for it. And it's a good save from Nito. 90th plus minute. Alcacer's got the ball. Struggling to find a gap. But someone got it to Kondogbia through a bunch of players. Burero's got the ball again. It's free for Valencia. It's a massive 3 points for Valencia. They will go above Barcelona. On points difference now. They were level in the table on points. They will now be separated by 3 points. Dani Parejo's got 2 goals against Barcelona. And Valencia heading to a victory at home against Barcelona for the first time in a number of years. Dani Parejo's got 2 goals in the league now. And Valencia are going to beat the Spanish champions. Valencia 3, Barcelona 1. And sure, there's hardly any time left. And there goes the final whistle. Huge roar around the Mestalla. Valencia beat the Spanish champions Barcelona. And if we play like this, we might have to rethink our objectives for the season. It's our third La Liga victory in a row. And our fourth, I believe, in all competitions. Valencia on the march. Fantastic performance. Barcelona dominant in the first half. Somehow we took the lead for Dani Parejo. Barcelona responded with a cracker from Ivan Rakitic. The goals from Alcacer and Dani Parejo once again means Valencia beat Barcelona by 3-1. On to the second game of the La Liga Santander. Second game of the episode, sorry. Once again at home, but this time we'll be up against struggling Leganes, and this time they'll be managed. Leganes struggling in the league. They're managed by, I think, former Southampton manager Mauricio Pellegrino. I think that's his name. But yeah, for this match, the reserve team comes into play for this match. Looking at the table, Barcelona are indeed 6th with 14 points. Valencia have risen up to 3rd with 17 points, 3 points behind the leader, which is Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid absolutely flying to the start of this career mode. So let's take a look at the lineups for Valencia and Leganes. And there's Mauricio Pellegrino, of course, was the manager of Southampton before he almost got relegated. He left, obviously, and is now the manager of Leganes, and it doesn't seem to be getting any better for him because they're 19th in the league, I believe. So yeah, he'll probably get the sack from Leganes if he's not careful. So yeah, be interesting to see what the formation of Leganes will be. Will they go attacking to try and get a win, get some points? I believe they haven't won again. They might have, I'm not sure. But yeah, Valencia, of course, certainly have won some games. The reserve team in the 3-5-1-1 formation. And, of course, the last time we used the reserve team was here at the Mestalla when we won 3-0 against Celta Vigo. If they could do the same against Leganes, another struggling team in the La Liga Santander season, it will extend our winning run in the league to 4 straight games. So that would be fantastic. For Leganes, they've gone for a 5-4-1 formation. Interesting, pretty defensive by the looks of it. So maybe, yeah, they're thinking about getting a clean sheet and annoying us and getting a point. Hopefully we will not try and prevent that from happening. On to the 15th minute, Valencia on the charge. Here's Denis Cheryshev. He takes a strike. And it's in. Denis Cheryshev scores for Valencia. Of course, he was at their rival club Villarreal, comes to Valencia on loan after a cracking World Cup for Russia, and a brilliant strike. Well, unless it was deflected in, we'll have a look. On the left foot. Yeah, it was deflected in by one of the Leganes players, and that will frustrate Russia Pellegrino and certainly the goalkeeper. Well, Denis Cheryshev scores his first goal since returning to Valencia, and Valencia are 1-0 up against Leganes. Russia Pellegrino isn't happy by the looks of it. Blame him on 16 minutes, that's for sure. 31st minute, Valencia have the ball again. Here's Waz, scored a great goal against Celta Vigo, and gets the ball, brilliant cross. Whoa, that was a really good chance for Valencia. I think it was Mina who was on the next to the defender there with a great chance there. And the flag's flying high with the Mestalla. Corner for Valencia. Denis Cheryshev takes. Lato takes a strike, it's deflected, and Mina's got a chance. 2-0 to Valencia. 34 minutes played, and the 3 points look to be heading Valencia's way again. See, Lato took the strike and it bounced off one of the Leganes players' legs and fell beautifully to Mina, who was in the right position and struck it magnificently. Beautiful volley on the right foot, and Valencia 2-0 up. And it's also the first time this season that Valencia have scored more than one goal in the first half. So that little statistic is out the way, and Pellegrino's looks to be even more cross. It's now Valencia 2, Leganes 0, and there goes the half-time whistle. Fantastic first half performance from the reserve team, really sweeping aside the struggling La Liga teams that visit the Mestalla. Of course, they swept aside Celta Vigo to record their first win of the reserve team's first win of the campaign, and now they're 2-0 up at Leganes thanks to goals from Denis Cheryshev and Santi Mina. And of course, if we can hold on for another clean sheet, that'll be 3 clean sheets in 4 games in La Liga, which isn't too bad. Around the grounds, Bar are 1-0 down against Athletic Bilbao. On to the second half highlights, 63rd minute. We dispossessed Leganes again after they're trying to attack. And brilliant through ball from Batshuayi to Mina. Mina can finish it. And he does. Beautifully done. 2 goals for Mina. 3 goals for Valencia. And surely another 3 points for Valencia. We were struggling at the beginning of the season to score lots of goals. We are now scoring lots of goals, which is just fantastic. 3 against Barcelona and 3 against Leganes. Valencia in command at the Mestalla, and of course we are unbeaten in La Liga and at our home turf, the Mestalla. We only had 1 defeat so far season at the Mestalla, which was our opening Champions League defeat against Juventus. But Mina's 4th goal of the season means it's Valencia 3, Leganes 0, and there goes the full-time whistle. Another great performance from the reserve team. Another 3 points for Valencia. And that is our 4th straight win in La Liga. We are charging towards the top of the table. Russia Pellegrino he'll have a field day of explaining excuse me, the team's defence, but 2 goals from Santi Mina and a goal from Denis Cheryshev means Valencia leave the Mestalla with another 3 goals in the pocket. It's Valencia 3, Leganes 0. Fantastic for Valencia. And looking at the other score lines, Bar lost 2-1 to Athletic Bilbao. On to the 3rd and final game of the episode, and this time we will recommence the Champions League Group F action. We will be away here at Young Boys, BSC Young Boys, the Swiss champions. Now, Swiss Young Boys are bottom of the group. They have just scored 1 goal, and I think have conceded close to 8-10 goals roughly, and they're bottom of the group, and they will certainly have no chance of getting through to the Champions League knockout stages. As you can see, look, bottom with just 1 goal scored, 8 conceded, because the last game they played was against Juventus when they lost 6-0. Of course, last time we played in the Champions League, we picked up a famous 2-1 win at Old Trafford against Manchester United. to the young boys lineup, and Gerard Cerrone, I think his name is. They're going for a very attacking 4-4-2. They're clearly keen to, well, at least try and score their second ever UEFA Champions League goal this season, and maybe try and get 3 points, because qualification to the Europa League is not that far away. One win, and if Man United lose to Juventus, they will go above Manchester United, maybe on goal difference, depending the scoreline at Old Trafford. And of course, if Manchester United lose to Juventus and we win against young boys, we will have a bit of a gap. We'll have a gap of 3 points to Manchester United, which gives us an even greater chance of qualifying for the knockout stages. And for Valencia, the first team returns for this fantastic fixture. Of course, Valencia, I think the last time they went to the knockout stages was in 2000 and... Crikey, I think it was a long time ago, 2013, right? I don't know, 2011 maybe. But on to the 5th minute. Valencia have a chance, brilliant pass from Paulo Alcacer. Rodrigo's got a chance here. Good save from Van Belmoors. And Valencia had a chance to steam into the lead in the opening few minutes of the game against Young Boys. And on to the 37th minute. Young Boys proving a fight so far. We haven't able to take our chances, but Young Boys have a chance here. And Young Boys score. Shock on the cards in the Champions League again. Young Boys lead Valencia, and the crowd go crazy. Their first, I think that's their second UEFA Champions League goal of the season. And what a goal it was. Brilliant cross. And a brilliant finish. I don't know who the player was, but Young Boys have put a shock on the cards here. We weren't expecting this. They've had great determination in the first half. They've really defended really well, and have actually got much more of a steely attitude than Valencia. And wow, we're shock on the cards here. Young Boys 1, Valencia 0. And there goes the half-time whistle. Young Boys lead Valencia. That is something I was not expecting. Certainly the away supporters of Valencia wasn't expecting. But Valencia lead through a great goal from Guillermo Horal, I think his name is. Means Young Boys lead Valencia 1-0. And they are on course to register maybe their first ever win in the Champions League. Not good, because it's not going to help our chances of qualifying for the knockout stages, that's for sure. We can't afford another defeat. And around the ground, Manchester United, look, are drawing 2-2 with Juventus. So if it stays like this, United will go back up into second place. Look at Roma there, 3-1 up against CSKA Moscow. 53rd minute, we're on the attack. Gea with a strike, bounces off a defender, still got the ball, and just Rodrigo. And Rodrigo has scored. He is onside, he is. And Valencia are level. 10 minutes into the second half. 55 minutes approaching. Valencia are level. It looked offside, but he wasn't offside. What a chip. What a fantastic vision from Lato to find Rodrigo onside as well. And Valencia are back in this contest. Look at Lato. And what a chip that is to find Rodrigo. And a good finish as well from Rodrigo. He's scoring goals for fun in the Champions League. He scored a goal that won the game at Manchester United for Valencia. He's now got his second goal of the UEFA Champions League. And he's on fine form in the Champions League. And it's now Young Boys 1, Valencia 1. We're back in the contest. A few minutes later, Valencia have the ball on the attack. Alcacer, what a pass to find Rodrigo, who's in space to take the lead for Valencia. And he has, superbly. And Valencia have come from 1-0 down to lead at the Swiss champions, Young Boys. And now Valencia in the driving seat to surely have a chance of qualifying for the UEFA Champions League knockout stages. But what a pass from Alcacer and Rodrigo. Those two really having a fantastic partnership, the two strikers. And both of them scoring goals. And of course one helping another to score goals. Rodrigo's now got 2 goals in this match and is third in the UEFA Champions League. And now, what a turnaround in the space of a few minutes, just like Old Trafford. Man United scored and we scored again. This time it's Young Boys who are behind. Young Boys 1, Valencia 2. Good save from Neto in the 64th minute. And the crowd encourages the team to go forward and attack. They feel that they can get something out of this match. Can Young Boys? And Neto with a brilliant save here, saw it late. But there goes the full-time whistle. And Valencia have victory in the Champions League again. They've played 2 away games in the Champions League at Manchester United and Young Boys and have taken 6 points. A fantastic achievement for Valencia. And Young Boys are surely now out of the Champions League. And Valencia surely will be in 2nd place, barring Manchester United result against Juventus. 2 goals from Rodrigo in the second half means Valencia leave Switzerland with 3 points. And of course our next fixture in the Champions League is against Young Boys and at the Mestalla, so we have a greater chance maybe of qualifying for the knockout stages mathematically. And look at that, Manchester United lost for the 2nd home match in the Champions League against Juventus. The score was 3-2. Oh dear, not going all the way for Man United. On to the La Liga Santander table then. Atletico Madrid are still top with 23 points, 7 wins, 2 draws, yet to taste defeat, and have the best attacking strength in the league, scoring 19 goals and conceding 7. Second is Real Madrid with 22 points, 7 wins, 1 draw, 1 defeat. Valencia are third with 20 points, 6 goals scored, 6 wins, 2 draws and 1 defeat. 15 goals scored but 4 conceded, still the best defence in the league. Barcelona, the champions, are 4th with 17 points, 5 wins, 2 draws and 2 defeats. Getafe still having a wonderful run in the league so far. They're 5th with 16 points. Girona just equally as good as Getafe. They're 6th with 15 points. Parma, that's Parma, the team I put in from the 2nd division because their stadium is in the game, are 7th with 15 points. Real Sociedad is 8th with 14 points. Espanyol is 9th with 14 points. Sevilla struggling, they're still 10th with 13 points. Athletic Bilbao are 11th with also 13 points. Real Betis is 12th with 11 points. Eibar is 13th. And Villarreal, our main rivals, are also 14th, also on 11 points. Deportiva Alves, that's how you say their name, they're 15th with 8 points. But our Deportivo La Coruña are 16th with just 7 points. Look at that, 1 win, 4 draws, 4 defeats, 7 goals scored, but 13 conceded. Not very good there for Deportivo. And we'll look at the bottom 4 teams. And Celta Vigo are 17th with just 4 points. Not good for them, conceding 17 goals. Levante 18th with 9 wins, crikey. 1 win, 2 draws and 6 defeats, 8 goals scored, 15 conceded, 5 points. Leganes, I told you they're struggling. They're 19th, yet to win. 3 draws and 3 points. And look at Malaga, Don's dead last, no wins, just 1 draw, 8 defeats, 5 goals scored, 18 goals conceded. The worst in terms of attacking and defence. Not good there. And let's take a look at the UEFA Champions League Group F, which contains, of course, Juventus, Man United, Valencia and Young Boys. And looking at Group F, Juventus are top with 3 wins, 9 points, 11 goals scored, 3 goals conceded after they won 3-2 away at Old Trafford against Manchester United. Valencia comfortably in 2nd place with 2 wins now on the spin, 5 goals scored, 4 conceded and 6 points. Manchester United face an uphill struggle now because their next challenge is away at Juventus, and if Juventus beat Manchester United, Juventus will qualify for the knockout stages, and maybe Man United have a chance of being out-qualified, not qualifying for the knockout stages if we beat Young Boys, and of course we're 2nd in that group. And on to the preview for the next episode, and tough game to start with. We'll be away against Athletic Bilbao at the Stade Mames, I think is what you call, but it's going to be a tough game. They're a tough side, but they are struggling in the league. Then we begin another competition for Valencia, the round 32 stage, first leg of the Copa de España against fellow La Liga team Eibar. And then we will finish the episode with La Liga Santander action once again at home against surprising Girona, who are in the top 6, I think. So yeah, very good for them. So I want to say thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe for the series, and also check out the other career modes I've done on the channel. So yeah, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Take care.